we will forgive $10,000 in outstanding federal student loans.
On August 24th of this year, Joe Biden announced that the federal government will forgive $10,000 in student loans and up to $20,000 for Pell Grant recipients. This has caused a lot of controversy across the internet. Some argue that a loan was a decision that was made by an individual, so there is no reason why the government should pay for their mistakes. But on the other hand, there are those who claim that it should be seen as a compensation for not fixing the student loan system. The truth of the matter is that student loans have been an issue for more than 2 decades. It traces back to the creation of student loan companies like Sallie Mae. These companies were encouraged by the government to loan money to students who were seen as a risk investment. The government went as far as to place laws that would ensure that the student would have to pay back the loan. Laws are so unforgiving that students sometimes have to resort for bankruptcy, which later turn into problems like not being approved for mortgage loans or car financing, and even then filing for bankruptcy is a challenge of its own. Take for example Chapter 7 and 13. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is when a trustee will take assets like homes, cars, anything of considerable value, and will pay as much of the debt using those assets, and anything that is not paid off will be discharged. In comparison, there's the Chapter 13 bankruptcy, which works like a reorganization plan where the consumer is placed in a payment plan of 3 to 5 years. They get to keep their assets with exceptions like retirement money or cars. If they cannot keep up with payments, some loans are allowed to be discharged. However, on both of these chapters, student loans are not allowed to be dischargeable. Unless undue hardship is proven, this means student loans are virtually for life.
Did you even consider just going into bankruptcy, Alan?
I thought about it, but in the case of student loans, it doesn't matter because bankruptcy is not an option for the vast majority of borrowers for student loans.
Note that 1 in 5 Americans have student loans, and although 53% now owe less than $20,000, within this percentage are those who took out loans and never finished. This means that even if they started with a debt of $20,000, they will probably end up with a debt matching those of $30,000 plus due to accrued interest.
I graduated with degrees in aerospace engineering in 1999. I borrowed about $45,000 for school. Since that time, my student loan debt has exploded to where currently I owe about $103,000.
And that's while you've been making payments on it?
And that's while I've been making payments on it, yes, sir.
So that $15,000 loan grew $45,000 in interest?
Yes.
This is the reason why students are pushing for the student loan forgiveness plan. Students do not see a way out, and with the majority of people affected being under the age of 40, it is no wonder why millennials and Gen Z are supporting it. People are aware that the plan has a lot to improve upon, but students are happy that at least the problem has been brought to federal propositions. Although the forgiveness plan is a temporary solution for the student loan issue, it is a step in the right direction to address the student loan system.